Going on, everybody? This is a little bit of a different sort of stream. Doing this spur of the moment. As soon as I got back from work, I was like, I've got to talk about this because this is major news. I know a lot of the youngsters out there may not realize how important Best Buy was to the consumer circa 2000, 2001, 2002, really up until probably about 10 years ago. The streaming thing really took over. And I appreciate all you guys in the chat. Texas Movie Junkie John, Chris C. Hope you guys are doing good. I'll maybe go through the comments here in a second. This isn't going to be that long of a stream, but I think it's very important that we talk about it because this is a huge moment in physical media's lifespan, possibly, and possibly the death of physical media in a way. And we've talked about this numerous times over the years on the show. Most recently, having a little bit of a brown out there. We were talking about Target because Target is starting to phase out physical media as well. They've made the announcement that they're cutting it out pretty much completely. A lot of the stores are. So today was inevitable. The announcement today, our good buddies over at the Digital Bits, who have been around forever. They've been around longer than Dead Bits. Great site over there. Great resource site. All right, folks, we've got a little bit of a whopper today. Let's get right into it. Digital Bits has learned from industry sources and confirmed with multiple sources now that Best Buy plans to exit the physical media business for good next year, possibly as soon as the end of Q1 2024. So that would be March of 2024. This includes not just their in-store Blu-ray, DVD, and 4K UHD sales, which the retailer has been gradually phasing out. And that's true. Best Buy was amazing to just look at the section they've got now in a lot of Best Buys. They had more horror movies in 2002, 2003 than their entire movie section now. So they've been gradually phasing those out for the last few years. But the big one, and this kind of surprised me, because you would think with their, the exclusive Steelbook thing and everything that, even if they drop physical media in stores, which a lot of stores are kind of doing that they would still do the online sales. But no, this does include online sales as well, which means no more Best Buy exclusive Steelbooks and no more titles from Best Buy at all, period. Says the fact that Best Buy is discontinuing physical media sales in their retail locations should come to no surprise. And it's really not that surprising. Anyone who has visited a Best Buy store location on Tuesday recently, we're aware that the sections keep getting moved around and get smaller and smaller and smaller. So that's pretty much it. And Best Buy has been like a source for a lot of people for over a decade, couple of decades now. What is it? 2023. So yeah, couple of decades now, physical media, really since DVD days, probably the late 90s. Amazing place to go and pick up. You used to be able to pick up a lot of cult films at Best Buy as well. So it's definitely a sad day, a sad time, you know. Um, the online thing is what really got me. That is very surprising. So I wanted to get your guys' thoughts on this while I'm on here. Like I said, this is not going to be a very long stream. I just kind of wanted to talk about it, and I'm sure tomorrow night on the Friday the 13th stream, we will talk about it as well with Uncle Bill and Garrett. Uh, Best Buy, and I know Garrett is the same way. It, it's a huge store for us. Lots of titles. I actually recently picked up, I don't think I have it here, the Halloween Trilogy Steelbook box set. I got a couple of those to resell. And man, the resale on those is going to skyrocket. Not only those, but all the other Steelbook releases. Chipmunk 420, buddy. No. F you, pal. F you. Someone that hates Best Buy, Ollie P the Goddess. Adrian James says sad news. Blair Hathaway. There are still Best Buys. Yes, there are still Best Buys. Chris C, the slasher dude. Yeah, a lot of the stores, depending on where there's a couple that's good. Yeah, it's still pretty decent. The closest one to here is like an hour and 20 minutes or hour and a half. And I go once a month, maybe, if that. And it sucks. Like that one has not been good for a long time. But there's one in Lexington that's actually still pretty damn good and has a decent amount of titles. But of course, hey, coming up by March of next year, no physical media titles. None online, none on, in store. So Worst Buy, Crash File. And a lot of people hating on Best Buy. I'm kind of surprised by that, especially considering like their exclusive steel books and all that. Regardless of what you think about their business practice and everything, they've had some really cool physical media exclusives over the last few years, steel books and everything else. This is Amazon is still rocking and rolling, strutting and strolling. Now, I want to get what you guys thought about this one too while we're still on here. Do you think it's the mainstream titles is primarily what Best Buy was carrying? Now they would have a few random cult, some Arrow titles here and there, Scream Factory stuff, but that primarily it was all like mainstream, like Disney, whatever the big budget Hollywood movie is that's out that week. So you think that had something to do with it? I mean, for me, like a lot of the mainstream, even the horror titles, I don't pick those up. To me, that's just a waste of space on the shelf. And I don't know. I guess it's just the movies. Like I don't really care. But I'm a little bit more picky about that. I just primarily get, some of the classics if they re-release better transfers or, pick up cult stuff. Goblins Inc. Welcome. I used to spend like an hour browsing horror DVDs at Best Buy in the early 2000s. Yeah, we'll probably talk about that experience, tomorrow night on the Friday the 13th stream. That was a great experience. I know we got a lot of younger listeners and watchers or whatever you want to call it on here that didn't get to experience that. But man, there were so many great titles coming out every week. Cult titles, Anchor Bay Entertainment stuff, the Book of the Dead, the Sleepaway Camp box set. Picked up all that stuff at Best Buy, man. Sad. Noah Mark Allen is in the house. Crash, I gotta say, now they would have to ship these in a box, of course, but I ordered 2 of those Halloween, trilogy Steelbook sets, primarily to resell. I may open one of them. I don't know. Those were packaged pretty good. I didn't have one issue with it, not one ding that I could see. But I guess it just depends on what the title is. This is surprising, but not surprising, yes. That's kind of what I was saying. I think everybody was kind of anticipating the store doing away with physical media, but the online thing did surprise me. Yeah, labels are trying to get as much as they can off of the 4K format before physical media is over. That's probably why a lot of the quality of the new format has been hit or miss garbage. Something else is interesting about the 4K format, too. A lot of the older well, mid 90s, early 2000s special effects movies and stuff like that. Most of those don't even have 4K masters, from what I've heard. So it's a 4K disc, but the special effects, the final cut of it or whatever, when they edited it back in the day, was 2K. So a lot of those probably aren't even real 4K. Blissful than a house, baby. Yeah, that Mike Kling, I'm exactly the same way. I have zero reason to ever step in a Best Buy again. And that's a shame, man, because like we were saying, I have so many fond memories of going in and out of the stores and picking up all kinds of classic releases, guys, over the years. That was a staple, like, great memories of the store, honestly. When my dad and I would go to some of the UK football games, we would leave a little early to go to the Lexington Best Buy and look and get some of the latest horror titles and stuff. And like someone was saying a little earlier, spend hours in there looking. They had so many different releases and crazy shit. The guinea pig box set was at Best Buy at one time. The Ilsa collection. Would you see the Ilsa movies in Best Buy at all anymore? I don't think so. Don't think it's going to happen. So this is the interesting thing that I was going to bring up too. McHorror mentions it here. I can see player and disc manufacturers coming next if the big box stores opt out. I think what we're going to get, and we're seeing it now with the discs, it's going to be for the real film nerds, the niche audience, like Vinegar Syndrome stuff, Scream Factory, Synapse, Arrow, Second Sight Films. The real film fans is what's going to keep it alive in some form. I think it's always going to be around, but now it's going to go underground, man, for a while. It's going to be kind of similar to what happened to vinyl records in the 90s. It's going to exist still. They're still going to print some vinyl and everything, but the numbers on what they're printing is going to be very low. Amazon is in 5 years, that'll probably be the only way you can get new mainstream movies on physical media. I see Walmart completely doing away with it as well. My Walmart up here in Prestonsburg, DVDs is I mean, they do have a few random Blu-rays, but it's all DVDs now, which is crazy. Stuntman Mark is in the house. What is going on, brother? He says it's weird because most of the exclusive steelbooks sell out through pre-order before they even hit store shelves. And what does that do? I mean, the steelbook collector, which I mean, steelbooks are cool, but I don't fucking go out of my way to collect them or anything. Where who does that now? I mean, who fills that void? Who's gonna fill their shoes? I don't know. They're doing some amazing stuff still with the steelbooks and all that. But guys, yeah, that was pretty much I'm way behind on the comments and everything. Yeah, vinyl is back now. It's at Walmart, Target, all that good stuff. But yeah, I just wanted to get your guys' thoughts on this. You know, if you're watching this on delay, let me know in the comments. What do you think of this? Does this affect you? You know, I think it's sad. I don't go to Best Buy as often anymore, for sure, for obvious reasons. But I'm never going to go to Best Buy now, you know. But that is it, guys. I appreciate everybody tuning in, getting a ton of people in here this early. Never done anything like this, kind of breaking news sort of deal and everything. But definitely stick around tomorrow night at 10 o'clock. My list for Friday the 13th, bulls. It's Friday the 13th. We're going to go through the movies one last time. The Rad Pit gets their shit together and goes through each one of the Friday the 13th films and ranks them. But it's my list this time, bulls. So that means it's the definitive list. But we'll see you guys tomorrow. Keep it creepy, and we'll catch you guys later. Give us the thumbs up.
Up you butts.
Like, subscribe. And if you subscribe, here's something else you can do. Once you subscribe, you can click the bell notification, right? And it'll notify you anytime that Dead Pit puts up new shit.
Or don't. I really don't give a fuck.
I want you to. I want you to.
I don't care.
Let's keep our community growing here on YouTube.
I don't like it. I don't want you to do nothing.
Listen, they need to do that.
No, don't you dare touch it.
Thumbs up. Subscribe. Click that bell.
There's all kinds of wonderful shirts over at shop.deadpit.com. Simply the best horror shirts. On TeePublic, there are others, but they all suck. You can get some Dead Pit radio shirts. You can get Last Out on the Left. The Hills Have Eyes. Texas Chainsaw. Oh, wait, you can't say Texas Chainsaw. All kinds of shirts, folks. You're gonna love them. Shop.deadpit.com.
Thank you to all of our supporters on Patreon. Dead Pit on Patreon.com is the only place to check out a complete archive of the old Dead Pit radio shows all the way back from 2005 on, in addition to the midweek shows, fan commentaries, exclusive podcasts, and much more. Dead Pit on Patreon.com if you're interested. Tiers start at only $1.